So as part of the new Guerrilla Style Gypsy Life Outdoor series, today we're going to go over some of the knives I have, the purposes of those knives, and I'm going to show you some convenient snacks you can keep in your pack. I am what I am. Just wanted to go over these really quick, and then we'll get into the knife video for our giveaway. But these are made by Bumblebee. They have a little spoon in the top. I think they're only $1 or something. But these are wild caught tuna. This one's jalapeno flavored. It says jalapeno and garlic maybe. But dolphin safe, lean protein. Grab it, spork it, love it. You can dive right in. And this is good until March of 2022. So a couple years. And these are great to throw in your backpack, whatever, take with you. And then you always have some sort of protein. They don't take up much space. They already have a spoon, like I said. So they're ready to go. And they're just nice to have on hand. This one's seasoned, cracked, pepper and sea salt. So both would be very good tuna flavors. And you can see they both have 14 grams of protein. So that'll sustain you for a while. And they last for a long time. And very inexpensive. So, I'm going to go over some of the knives I have. This is not all the knives I have, but these are some of the knives that I have, and they have specific uses. Now to start with the kitchen knives, this is a really old knife, been passed down through the generations. It's been sharpened so many times, it's really thin at the top, kind of like a fillet knife. This is a very stiff knife. It's great for butchering, cleaning around bones. When you're processing your own food, chickens, deer, turtle, whatever it may be, this is a great knife to use to clean that up. You can cut small fillets, nice thin cuts of meat. It's high carbon, even though it doesn't say that. This is a handmade knife, and it's been highly used, but that's because it's a good tool. Why it's been used so much. Now this small knife here and these two here I found brand new old stock, and they were missing this knife, but I already had this one, fortunately. And these are forged carbon steel, and I use these. They are razor sharp, so I use these in the kitchen for chopping, maybe cutting thicker steaks and cuts of meat. This is the most popular one that I use. Use it with all my vegetables and stuff. And then this little paring knife. They're all, say, forged, high carbon. Forged high carbon blades. And I really like high carbon blades because this will be a good example, is my kukri. Use it all the time. It was cheap, maybe 15 bucks or 10 bucks, I don't know, not much. Nylon sheath. This stays in my truck, and this is I use as a tool. But look at it, chips. But I'll cut. I love the kukri style with this inset and then the heavy belly. All your weight's up front. It's got a nice edge to cut. Cuts branches, grass, anything. I cut wires off of scrap. I mean, I use this thing for everything. It takes a lot of abuse. I'd love to have a Damascus steel kukri with a real heavy curve, you know, kind of short. This one's only about 12 inches. I would rather have one about 16, maybe a little bit longer than this. This is awful close, quite a bit, but not too much longer. Maybe 2 or 3 inches longer with a real heavy belly. So if somebody out there can make one of those, comment below. So I use that all the time. This is a trigger guard Damascus steel Bowie. Kind of a bigger knife. Has the antler handle. Damascus steel blade. You have to keep them oiled. There are copper inlays in it. Can't see it would clean up real nice, but be careful, that thing's sharp. Takes a long time to get an edge on Damascus steel because it is so hard, but it keeps an edge for a long time. I don't want this video to go too long, but it has a nice sheath made by Colt. These are handmade knives. This one I wear quite a bit. I love the holster. It stays in there real good, doesn't fall out, and yet I can pull it out. Has my beeswax wick on it. It's got a little deer cut out in it. It's all Damascus steel. Ivory handle. Some little insets in the handle. Pretty nice. This one I bought to wear every day. Nice size knife. You know, good handle. I love the shamrock. It's a brass inlay in the wood handle, and then this little infinity rope. But it doesn't stay in. It wants to fall out on your belt. So it needs to have a better design or a strap up here on the sheath rather than here. So I need to cut this off and sew it down here, and this would make a great knife, but I still like the knife. I love how it feels. Works great for, you know, cleaning whatever fish. This is one of my newer knives, handmade knife. It's got the antler handle with some wood inlay and the brass end, pummel, brass guard, kukri style, super sharp, really nice Damascus. And I'll take some pictures and show them at the end of this, but it's got the file work on the back. I really like the knives with the file work. Really nice sheath. It's one of my favorite knives. Well balanced. But it also has this issue. Heavy handle. Wants to fall. Needs a strap up here. I don't know why you can't just put a strap up here. You know, it's not going to come out. Or two. Do two straps, guys. So it's got some filigree on the thing. Now this one I carry in my pocket. It's an old Uncle Henry original. It's got the long knife, the hook bill, or more like a razor, straight razor, and then this I don't know what they call these, trappers maybe. Uncle Henry trapper with the stag handle, the antler handle. So these all are authentic antler. That's ivory and that's wood. This one I carry every day. It's got the black leather sheath. This was weak. I felt like it was going to pull out, so I actually cut a slit in the sheath itself, and I put that all in my belt so it won't rip, or hopefully it'll help it. So I'm really hard on tools. It's got the green wood handle, silver bolster, file work up the spine. It's got the sow belly blade, which I like. All Damascus steel. Stays really sharp, and I like the sow belly for work. Cuts carpet and different things like that pretty easy. So when I don't have my utility knife right handy, I can use this. The lock's way back on the back side, so you don't hit it when you're using it. But I have pushed that before with my palm, so. But it fits my hand real good. Nice size knife. That's my everyday carrier. If I don't have a belt on, then I use this knife. This was a fairly cheap knife. It's made by Kershaw. It's Kershaw. I go through so many knives I can't keep them. I have a lot of Sogs, but this one with the little Tonto blade, I'll throw that in my pocket, because I always like to have a knife on me. They're great tools for all kinds of stuff, and everybody relies on me to have a knife too. And when I forget it, you know, I always need it for something. Always something to use. You always need your knife for something. So, along with the kukri, I don't use this too much, but it's good for cutting brush and cutting limbs off, like if you're setting up your tree stand for bow hunting, which is coming up. It's a good knife to use to clear a path. Gerber Gator, I think they called it. And this is a knife I bought my son. He has a bigger one now, but this was his first Damascus knife. Little hunter. All my children hunted. And this is a handmade knife. But it's got the antler handle, Damascus steel. It's pretty thick. But for hunting, that's pretty good, because sometimes you want to break that pelvis or whatever. So he's got another knife now, though, that he carries. Now it's good to have some honing oil. I found some old case honing oil, which I've been using. So if you can find some of the older stuff, it works really well, better than the new stuff. And then I use which I need a new one, but this Smith's knife sharpener, and it's basically just set up so you can this is a portable one. They have bigger ones, but this is nice because you can take it with you into the field, and you just unscrew this, pull this out, gives you your angles, and then you can clip your knife in here. And then the sharpeners go on a rod, and you just use it, and you get the exact same angle every time. And it puts a really nice edge on, so you can do a more, you do two different angles. I don't know what you call it, but one gives you more of a razor edge, and then one gives you more of a more concave edge. So I like to do one of each on the back side of my knife, the way I'm going to hold it. Okay, let me show you. When I sharpen my knife, now I do mine on just a regular stone now too, once I get my angle in. But a lot of times when I get a new knife, the angle I want isn't there. So if I'm going to hold it this way, I will do the top setting on this side, which would be the bottom side, and then this side I'll do no, the least angle, so it's more flat, and this one I want more abrupt, so it's more like a razor blade. This is pointing down more than the bottom side. So this one will be more of about a 15-degree angle, and this one will be more of about a 7.5. Not much. So when you're sharpening this, when you're down, you want this almost flat. Then when you come back, you want it about a 15-degree angle. That's going to give you a really nice edge. Cut just about anything you want it to. Now, with like a 440 stainless or something like that, you don't want a real heavy stone. So you really want to pick your stone according to what your blades are made out of. This is an antler handle. It's got these little grooves in it, and this is carbon. So this is kind of harder to use on these. It will resharpen them after you get a good edge on them if they're not too dull. But it works really good for these knives and the steel knives. And so sometimes I use this. But sharpening a steel knife is completely different than sharpening a carbon steel knife. And then these are like processing for deer or wild boar or turkey or whatever, pheasant, rabbit, squirrel, whatever we get. We'll use these little wild game, buckmaster, buck rack knives. They're rubber handled, small, sharpen them real easy. And this is the type of knife we'll carry in the field. This is a Buck USA stainless Proline series, super sharp. Says it is $3.98, rock hard, and it's a folder, camo, easy to clean. It's got the gut hook, so you can just stick it in and pull it down the belly, and then clean the inside out with this razor sharp knife. So we just use that for hunting. Don't use it for anything else. That way it's nice and clean when you're going to process your animal. So that's a quick look at our knives. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what kind of knives you got. Till next time, get out there and enjoy the outdoors. That's a guerrilla style gypsy life. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you like these videos, we have a lot more on our Patreon site. So become $3 a month. You can become a patron and get exclusive content, stickers, and a lot more, including the Tammy can. So come check us out.